What if I told you that a man who lived in the forest, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, became the most beloved hero in all of England? This is the legend of Robin Hood. Before we begin, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss more legendary stories from around the world. Long ago, in the great Sherwood Forest of medieval England, there lived a young man named Robin Hood. He was not a nobleman or a knight. He was an outlaw, but he was not a criminal. He was a hero to the poor and the hungry. The greedy sheriff of Nottingham taxed the villagers until they had nothing left to eat. Their children went to bed crying with empty stomachs. Their old people froze in winter because they could not afford firewood. Robin Hood could not stand this injustice. So Robin gathered a band of loyal friends. They lived in a hidden camp deep in the forest, surrounded by ancient oak trees. They trained with bows and swords. They ate together around a campfire, and they watched the roads that led through Sherwood. Whenever they saw a carriage carrying gold or grain or cloth, taxes stolen from the poor, Robin and his men would stop it. They never hurt anyone. They simply took what did not belong to the greedy sheriff and gave it back to those who needed it most. One day, Robin was crossing a narrow bridge over a stream. On the other side stood a giant of a man. He was over 7 feet tall, with a long beard and a thick wooden staff. His name was Little John. He refused to let Robin pass. Robin laughed and challenged him to a friendly duel with staffs. They fought on the bridge, both laughing as they nearly fell into the water. Finally, Robin slipped and landed in the shallow stream. He climbed out, soaking wet but still smiling. Little John helped him up. From that day on, they became the best of friends. Soon, a kind monk named Friar Tuck joined the band. He had been carrying money to the poor, but the sheriff had taken most of it. Friar Tuck was round and bald and always cheerful. He loved to cook and to tell stories around the fire. The band grew larger. Each new member was someone who had been wronged by the sheriff and who believed in Robin's dream of a fairer world. Robin also found love. One day, a beautiful young woman named Maid Marian walked through Sherwood Forest. She had heard of Robin's good deeds and wanted to meet him. Robin saw her from a tree and was struck by her grace and kindness. He climbed down and introduced himself. They walked together through the sunlit woods. Marian admired his courage and his gentle heart. Soon, they fell in love. Marian would often visit the camp, bringing news from the village and warning Robin of the sheriff's plans. The sheriff, of course, grew angry. He wanted to catch Robin Hood. So he announced a great archery contest in Nottingham. The prize was a golden arrow. Robin knew it was a trap, but he could not resist the challenge. He disguised himself in a grey cloak and a fake beard. He entered the contest and shot better than anyone. His arrow split the previous arrow right in the center of the target. The crowd gasped. The sheriff stood up and shouted, "Seize that man!" But Robin threw off his disguise, grabbed the golden arrow, and leaped onto a horse. He rode back into Sherwood Forest, laughing as the guards stumbled behind him. The sheriff tried one last trap. He sent soldiers into the forest to find Robin's camp. But Marian had overheard the plan. She rode quickly to warn Robin. When the soldiers arrived, they found only empty nets and ropes hidden in the trees. Robin and his men surrounded them without violence. Robin told the soldiers, "Go home. Do not serve a greedy master. Serve the poor instead." The soldiers nodded and left. Finally, King Richard the Lionheart returned to England. He had heard many stories about Robin Hood, some good, some bad. The king wanted to see for himself. He dressed as a simple monk and walked alone into Sherwood Forest. Robin found him and welcomed him to the camp. Robin shared his food and offered the monk the best place by the fire. The king was impressed by Robin's kindness and generosity. He revealed his true identity. Robin and his men knelt, but the king told them to rise. He pardoned Robin and promised to make the sheriff stop his greedy ways. A great feast was held in Nottingham. Robin and Marian danced together under the stars. Soon after, they were married under a large oak tree in Sherwood Forest. Friar Tuck blessed them. Little John wept with joy. Robin Hood lived out his days in the forest, always helping the poor, always fighting for justice. He taught young boys how to shoot a bow. He shared bread with hungry families. He never kept riches for himself. His legend grew with every passing year. The story of Robin Hood reminds us that wealth without compassion is emptiness. That one person, with courage and loyal friends, can stand against injustice. And that generosity is the truest form of strength. If this story touched you, hit the like button, and subscribe for more legendary stories from around the world. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, Every story carries a lesson, and Robin Hood's lesson is that the best treasure is a kind heart. Thanks for watching.